But we are at that pivotal point of the podcast, of the show, where we get to go ahead and give like our final ideas, final pieces, final thoughts, and everything. So today, because Jalan is the new person here, just go ahead and sum up all everything that we kind of talked about in your little final thought, and it's on you.
I mean, I thought we all came up with like some good points for every question. It's nice to have a civilized conversation because, like, most podcasts is all negative and not trying to understand each other's point of view. So I feel like it was a good conversation.
That's what's up.
Cheyenne.
I learned something new about you. You're a very toxic person.
Did you really just learn that?
Yeah.
I'm not really
I don't
toxic.
see that side. You know what I'm saying?
I just be joking. I'm not really toxic.
No, I learned quite a bit tonight. Just based off this topic alone. Like the whole love bombing thing. I really thought that was me, but I guess it's not. But yeah, I don't agree with the whole toxic thing. I feel like if you in a toxic situation, whether it's work, a relationship, anything, just let it go, cut it off at the root, and keep pushing forward. That's it.
That's a fact.
Jeff?
Let's see. Where should I start? If you toxic, get help. You need help. If you toxic, you can be a little petty, but if you toxic, you need help. In a relationship, it takes two people, and both of them people have to love their self in order to really show the other person that they love one another. Love is not easy. I'm sorry. Love is hard. Love is more work than when you do anything else. Love is a 24/7, 7 days type thing. With the same person, not with different people, not with sleeping on somebody on the side. I'm talking about that one connection. And if it's toxic, there is no way you can live in a household where it's toxic and it's just two people being faithful and one trying to manipulate one and the other one gaslighting the other one. That's too much shit in one marriage or one relationship. Just take it back to simple, basic, get to knowing each other all over again. That's what me and my wife do. If I feel like we got problems, I try to look. We need to start over. We need to hit a reset button and start going out on dates again or doing something different. But if you're going through that, y'all need to take a step back, get help, therapy, get away from each other for a minute, and try to figure some stuff out. Figure your life out. Don't be toxic like this, motherfucker.
Not toxic, man. I'm a nice person.
Yeah, okay.
So, no.
Cue it up.
I'm not. No.
There we go.
Oh. We got jokes today.
Nice
That's my dog.
Nice one. I thought about that before the show.
We got jokes today.
That's my dog.
Let's see. I think that us as individuals, one, I think we need to really learn more about ourselves. And in that learning piece, we can learn to love ourselves. And I think that's what a lot of people aren't doing. And I think a lot of this, manipulation, narcissistic behaviors, I think this stuff is just learned behaviors from when we were kids. There is trauma there's trauma that people go through. And it either creates a narcissistic behavior, it creates a particular attachment that somebody has, like a dependency attachment that somebody got to have. it creates a really independent person that doesn't really need anybody, but uses people for their own advantage. You know, there's a lot of different things that are out there that make people narcissistic, making them love bomb, you know, have intense emotions because they never been loved, they never been desired. And then when they finally find somebody that do love them and desire them, they don't know how to handle it. And then when they try to put words to it, they can't put words to it, but then they mishandle it because now they're just overdoing it because they're just trying to keep that person in. But then I also think that some people use these words so they can just have people leave them alone. Why are you love bombing me? Why are you being so narcissistic? Why are you being sassy? Why are you being all these things? Because they want to justify why they can't handle a particular situation. You want to call somebody sassy because you can't handle criticism. You I don't know. Maybe your house started creaking. You started, hold on, wait a minute. You can't handle the narcissism. You can't handle, you can't handle the criticism. You can't handle any of that stuff. So, just like, I was watching, Pop the Balloon yesterday. And what was interesting to me is that a guy came on there and he was the coolest guy, old school guy, real cool, was into the church, and all the women popped on him. And he was like, you know what? I bless and pray that you find somebody. I bless and pray that you find somebody. I bless and pray that you find somebody. He took all the criticism and left. That lets me know that he knows his self-worth and he's loved. Mm-hmm. He didn't take it as a negative that they popped on him. Mm-hmm. He was just like, you know what? I hope that, I know I'm not for you, but I hope that you find somebody. I know I'm not for, he did this across 7 women. I watched another one where everybody popped on him and the dude started to be combative and argue with every last woman on the show. Mm-hmm. All 10 of them just arguing because they like, well, unfortunately all the balloons was popped. No, that's fortunate for me that all the balloons was popped because, they don't want none of me. And it's like, why does it take all of that energy? And then they're going to say that he's sassy and stuff like that. I just think that the person's being snappy, combative because they can't take rejection and criticism. Mm-hmm. But that's something that has to be dealt with him on the inside. Why can't you take criticism? Where's your reflection at? What are you looking at that make you feel that you got to react to how people are reacting towards you? There's one guy didn't do that. He took it on the chin and said, you know what? I pray it blesses you find somebody. The other guy likes him. Well, I don't understand why you popping your balloon. Why? I don't understand. Like, I'm this great guy, and and you get into this idea where he's probably hyping himself up like I'm just this great person, and why can't I find somebody that's right for me? Mm-hmm. And maybe that's just not the energy that you're putting off. Yeah. What you're putting out to the world is just not giving great guy great energy. It's giving stalker activities. It's giving a lot of activities outside of great. So, but with that, I wish everybody well. I hope that y'all, honestly, I hope that everybody can love themselves eventually at some point in time. Love can be a very, very great thing, and love can be a very damaging thing. And it's up to you to make the determination on what type of love that you want to have in your life, what type of love you want to present out to the world, what type of love that you want to receive. If you want to receive toxic love, that's fine. You can receive the toxic love. No, it's not. Don't. If that's what you really want. No, it's not. It's not fine. If you want great love,
that is not fine.
It's very fine. I can't tell you what to do with your life. You got to say that you fed up. If you want great love, then you're gonna go out there and you're gonna find great and prosperous love, and I bless that on you. I put that upon you and everything. Right. But if you want toxic love, hey,
call MMG.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of toxicity. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it keeps in the interest and entertainment flow. Mm-hmm. But with that, we catch on the next go around. Thank you to our panel. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for all the fans, for the subscribers and the support. Right. We really do appreciate y'all. Peace.